Before I start, I would like to acknowledge a few special people in my life, my family, my teachers, and my excellent AVID learners back there. Would you guys stand, please? Man, they a trip. To most people, advancement via individual determination is just another college prep class designed to teach organization and study skills. But for me, AVID has been the key that's opened many doors of opportunities. Last year, I was selected out of 75 students to attend AVID Day at Georgia's Capitol. This was the first time I had been chosen for, well, anything. Since being in school, I've never been the smartest or the most organized. So the fact that I was chosen was a total shock to me. How did I, this unorganized, average student, get here? Well, the answer is simple: advancement via individual determination. I can remember when I first entered the AVID room. Only two words can describe my attitude towards this class: oil and water. AVID and Christopher Ross did not mix. As a seventh grader, I thought I had this middle school thing figured out. So I didn't need this new program telling me how to study and take notes. Besides, I didn't make it to the seventh grade, right? However, my mom was determined to keep me in AVID, so I wasn't getting out. I figured my mom would not get me my mom would not simply get me out, I would simply flunk out. Via that, I thought. I began to fail every binder check, but my AVID coach, Ms. Mathis, wasn't having that. She was determined to not let me fail myself. She was the main reason why I was selected for an AVID Day at our Capitol. By the end of my seventh grade year, I could really see the change in my attitude. I felt like I could really do this AVID thing. I was so excited to begin my eighth grade year with my new AVID family and Ms. Mathis. But the excitement slowly left my body when I received my schedule on the first day of school. The unthinkable had happened. The AVID program at my school had expanded, so a new AVID coach was hired, and on top of that, they decided to make all the AVID classes gender-based. No girls. This was going to be torture for a middle school boy. I immediately began to take AVID all over, and as my hatred grew, it began to affect all my classes. As my grades dropped, so did my pants. I went from college bound to a class thug. Who had time for binder checks, Cornell notes, and learning logs? As far as I was concerned, Wicker was whack. I now had this image to uphold, and AVID was not helping that image. One day, after failing another binder check, I decided to walk out of Mr. James' classroom. Big mistake. Because of my walking out episode, he decided to call the one person that I feared the most: my mother. Nevertheless, I was in so much trouble. After that, I was determined to show him that he did not get the best of me. So I kept goofing off and flunking. Then, one day, Mr. James said something to me that really changed my life. He told me I cannot be a class thug and college bound at the same time, so choose one. Although I hated to admit it, he was right. The lyrics from my favorite rapper came to mind. You cannot change the world unless we change ourselves. Finally, it clicked. Nothing about AVID needed to change. It was I who needed to change. As I began to pull my pants up, my grades began to rise. I started using the slant method in school to help me pay attention. I also went home, reviewed my summaries and Cornell notes. I also brought level 2 and level 3 questions to tutorials. I learned that tutorials are very helpful. It makes you refer back to your notes. Before long, I had progressed from a 51 average in AVID to an 80, and I passed all my classes at the end of the semester. AVID has been more than a college prep class to me. It has been my GPS on the path of my success. During the time when I lost my way, my AVID family was there with encouraging words in our AVID clap. Because of AVID, I can stand here as a proud African-American young man declaring that I will attend University of Georgia. I will be successful and change the world. And I will major in engineering. Before I leave, I would like to end how we start our AVID class at Memorial Middle School by reciting our creed. Today, I will be the best that I could be. Demonstrate integrity in all that I do. I will treat others with respect. Remember always to respect myself first. Today, I will demonstrate those behaviors that are consistent with following my own dreams and aspirations while inspiring others to follow theirs. Thank you.